Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Virgo for the end of August. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you here as we close out this month of August. Now, the timeline here is this final week of August, so that's primarily what we're looking at, starting on the 25th, and then this reading will go all the way out to September 7th. The reason I chose September 7th is that is the start of the second series of eclipses. So we've got the full moon, total lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming forward for you during this period of time. All right. That's looking just about good enough to me. Cool. For right now. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the star. Amazing. So Virgo, the star is like, this is an energy of tranquility, and healing. I think some of you here during this period of time, you may have a real opportunity to sort of like recover from something or move beyond something here. The star comes after the significant upheaval of the tower, and it says that you can now sort of recover, rejuvenate, rest from this situation, and also that the pathway forward is clear. Also, it's raining really hard where I am, so it's sort of like I'm getting this sense of like there's some like rejuvenation, right? You know how sometimes rain is restorative. There's this idea of restoration that I feel like is kind of like on the table for you here as I think about this star card. Now, this is also in another way, the star is a significant fulfillment of a wish potentially in the tarot. So if you've thrown a wish out to the universe, that could certainly be returning home to you when you get the star in a tarot reading. So it's really one of my favorite cards to find in a reading. And yeah, let's see what else we have here. I do think that this is a really nice pocket of time for many people, and it does seem like something is accelerating for you here. I get a sense that many people during this time are sort of gearing up for kind of the like a change or something big, that may be happening in their situations. That's what I'm feeling like. Many people are kind of gearing up for something here, and I definitely see that for you based on this reading. Now, right away in the middle, you do have the Temperance card, and Temperance and Star, that's really solid energy. Both of these cards are, from my perspective, the best healing cards in the tarot. So I do get a sense that some of you have maybe gone through some major transformations or even upheavals here prior to this reading, or at some point in the past year, you have certainly gone through something maybe difficult, or maybe you've just initiated a big transformation. Maybe even if it wasn't difficult, you have changed a part of yourself, or a part of an aspect of yourself or an aspect of your situation has really changed, and maybe it was even difficult. And now with the Temperance and the Star card, the Temperance is about healing. It's about moderation, balance, and it's also an energy of tranquility as well. It's also an energy of moderation. Sorry, I was getting confused with the cards there, because actually these cards are very similar. So we've got moderation here, healing, and balance, and then we've got tranquility, healing, restoration, these sorts of things, synchronicities. And you could also say that, if I didn't already suggest this, some of you may be creating something as well, as the Temperance card can indicate alchemy, as I've suggested, I believe. So, you could also be kind of creating a timeline here for yourself that you're really proud of, or that you're really excited about during this period of time. And you may even just be, if it doesn't all happen during this period of time, right, you may be gearing up for that type of situation for yourself. So in the first column, you do have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So the Ace of Cups, it is a nice energy of in love situations. It can refer to romance, new romance beginning, or new love beginning in the tarot. I don't see how this necessarily fits into this reading, as I'm not really seeing a ton of other Cups cards. We do have the Four of Cups and the King of Cups, but For you, it's almost like maybe there was some boredom here in a previous situation with the Four of Cups, or maybe you've missed out. The Four of Cups card is not one of my favorite cards, but generally, it's every card, every tarot card has a reason, right? There's a reason why we have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups may suggest that there is a level of avoidance as well. This is a card of avoidance from my perspective. This person is missing out on the opportunity. They're avoiding the success that could be in front of them here. The universe is trying to hand them this cup, but they're avoiding it, right? So when you see this card, there may be something about moderation here, okay? And there may be a sense of like there may be something that you're doing, okay? I'll use a lighthearted example, but you could I'll use this example. Let's say you're going to the bar every night, and maybe you're, let's say, drinking or enjoying the bar life as a way to avoid something in your situation. Okay, but you could also use a lighthearted example of that, which is like, okay, I'm watching Netflix, I'm playing video games, I'm scrolling on TikTok. Like that, those are also situations, modern situations where avoiding something by engaging, like overstimulating in those activities. And I think that this is not like a massive deal for you, but there is maybe something that you're doing that's going on in the background that is actually an avoidant tendency. And what I'm feeling here is there could be a new situation that wants to arise with the Ace of Cups, but for whatever reason, you're not taking it on, okay? And maybe it's also the case that right now you need a little bit of time to heal. That could certainly be the case with the Temperance card and the Star, but I also would like to say that there is an opportunity here for you, Virgo, if you want to take advantage of it. And if you don't, that's also not a wrong path either. But this is showing up here on the cards, okay? And there may be some level of avoidance that's happening here, okay? So fit it into your scenario, right? I just gave you a few examples that some people could maybe resonate with. You then here have the Ten of Wands, which, the Ten of Wands is a major burden in the tarot. And for you, it felt like here in the past that you have been carrying some burden with you. As I see the Temperance card and the Star, these cards come after upheavals or transformations. And maybe, I see that there was like, you felt like you were carrying the weight of the world on your back. And maybe this is also why some of you just want to sort of like, some of you want to disengage from the world in a certain way, or you want to disengage from something here because of something that was stacking up. Now, let's get to the middle column here, because I think this is where things really turn around. You have the King of Cups, the Temperance card, and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a major push forward. It's accelerated motion. It's things moving ahead. It's things moving along for you. And the Eight of Wands, it can really signify that there is maybe even a message coming forward for you. This would be from a distance. So this could be an email where there's an offer, a text message, an important letter, a piece of mail that comes in, a social media post, something like this here, something connected to from a distance here, some message that could be showing up. This is a breakthrough as well. So I think whatever's going on here, whatever I talked about here, I think that for you, you're realizing that it's okay for you to move forward now. I think that some of you have an opportunity to investigate or to explore a wish or an opportunity here with the Star, the Temperance card, and the Ace of Cups. And I think some of you are realizing that it's okay for you to move forward now. It's okay for you to go ahead with something that you've wanted to do for a while here. So I think that there's a real push forward for you during this period of time. Again, the retrograde's behind us. We're gearing up. There's not much going on here in August in terms of the astrology. We do have the eclipse right around the corner, but it feels like this is a really nice pocket of time for people to do things, as I've mentioned. But lastly, here you have the King of Cups here in this middle column, and the King of Cups may suggest that the King of Cups is also like a passive type of energy, right? This is not like somebody who's really going to take a ton of like physical action unless they really have to. Okay, this is somebody who enjoys pleasures in life, which is not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing. This is somebody who takes care of their needs emotionally. This is somebody who takes care of themselves emotionally or just generally. This is a card that can indicate self-care. All of these sorts of things, which I think are all very, very good things. At the same time, I think some of you are ready to move out of that sort of cocoon, so to speak, of self-care and move into an opportunity here that is sort of available to you. And you know what? Maybe your type of self-care is trying something new, or like doing something that you've never done before, or putting yourself in a unique situation here, or going for something, moving ahead with the Eight of Wands. Maybe this is something that you can resonate with. In the final column, you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is, it can indicate a change or a need to balance a situation out. Same with the Temperance card. You know, these cards can both indicate balance, harmony, healing, or they can indicate balance, but, you know, with the Temperance card, it may be harmony, healing, restoration, moderation, and then you have another message here of balance. The Two of Pentacles, it can maybe indicate that some of you are looking to kind of keep all the plates in the air, right? This may indicate up or down in terms of like increase or decrease in terms of money. This could also be like a paycheck to paycheck, just kind of like keep everything afloat. You know, it depends on the supporting cards. But I think some of you are kind of gearing up to go up, okay? And the reason I say that is with the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is expansion and growth into something. It is a card of adventure. It is a card of gearing up. It is a card of the next chapter. It is a card of getting inspired, looking out and seeing what is out there, seeing what is available to you, you know? The thing is, when you get the Two of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles, it's usually down, right? It's usually decrease. That is true, okay? But you also have the Three of Wands in there as well. So for now, it almost feels like you're kind of like in this wait and see moment, or this wait and see situation here that may be going on for you during this period of time. And I would say, in addition, there is something, the word moderation keeps coming in, okay? So I would also suggest, and this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, cannot give financial advice, but there's something in this reading about being mindful of your spending, okay? Being mindful of your spending. Okay, with Temperance and Two of Pentacles, and this idea of the Five of Pentacles here as well. And this idea of wanting to expand and grow rapidly, which there may be something around balance and moderation here. Like, absolutely go for something, absolutely investigate something, but at what pace and at what speed are you actually, you know, engaging in this with? So let's go ahead and let's take a look at clarifying this reading even more. We're going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you, and then we'll move into the tarot clarifications, Virgo. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, and there we go. All right. Energy on the bottom, you do have winter, take care of your needs. Yeah, this is a big one for you, right? I feel like there's been so much self-care here, and there's probably a good reason for that. There's probably some need to do that, right? There was probably a big change or transformation prior to this reading, or an upheaval even, something that caught you out of left field, so to speak, or came out of left field. Yeah, you have Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy, as well as Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Okay, that's nice as well. I almost think some of you want to engage with people that have different mindsets, different perspectives, different viewpoints or takes on things. You know, and this may be like an expansion of the mind, or an expansion of the way that you see a situation as well during this time. You have High Priest, intend and create, as well as Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Okay. Now, isn't it interesting how these oracle cards are really sinking in with this reading? I said, like, to what degree or to what level are you growing? Are you growing and expanding so rapidly that you can't have a hold on it, or you can't maintain, you know, keep your thumb on it here? Be graceful in movement and action, moderation, balance, right? Like, this is a theme that's showing up here. Finally, here you have Air Guardian, shift your perception, also key, and Snake, shed old skin. Wow. I don't want to say never, but I haven't had a set of oracle cards that have really been in sync with a reading in a long time, okay? Because I was just talking about how some of you, I think, want to get different perspectives, get different viewpoints, engage with people that maybe think a little bit differently. And this idea of shedding your old skin is syncing really well with the healing and the of the temperance and the star, this healing, this idea of healing and restoration that may be showing up for you here during this time. So why don't we go ahead and let's move into the tarot clarifications here. Pull some tarot cards for you and see what's coming forward in that area. All right. Let's see what's happening for you here in the tarot energies. Now, as always, Virgo, I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. Okay. You have the Chariot, Six of Cups, and the High Priestess. Okay, so Six of Cups, Four of Cups, this is a very clear sign that some of you are dwelling on the past, okay? Dwelling on the past, certainly. And maybe this is also a level of, like, maybe this is where the avoidance is connected into, okay? This is somehow connecting to this idea of avoidance. Something from the past year, I feel like was pretty challenging, I have to say. Maybe even, albeit, say, a little dark or something painful, like here in the past, that you're now kind of out of, I will say, like absolutely out of, with the Temperance card and the Star. Maybe you haven't had an opportunity to open up about this. Maybe there's been a burden that you've been carrying around, like maybe talking with someone, or you've maybe been holding something in. The High Priestess may indicate that things are in the dark or hidden. It can be an energy of secrets. It also could be an energy of something you don't see, a hidden burden, so to speak, here with the High Priestess and the Ten of Wands. Some of you may resonate with. The Chariot's super positive in that it is this idea of like success in driving forward to somewhere new in a successful way, and you have it with the Ace of Cups. I think that as soon as you take the first step here, Ace of Cups, Chariot, like everything, all of the universe is going to conspire to get you where you want to go. Like everything, like if like everything is going to. If you've ever read the book The Alchemist, that is a line from The Alchemist. All the universe is going to conspire to get you to where you want to go. And I think that is, like, first of all, very true. But I think for you, it's taking that first step, and you'll find quite a bit of success as you drive forward. And you maybe meet new people, you experience new things, you try new things, you get out of this sort of like situation that you're in. Yeah, Tower here, not surprised. Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. It's sort of like what's that? Like this like never-ending story type of energy here, where like, the Star and the Tower here. Some of you just want to be and wow, it is really raining. Speaking of lightning, with the Tower, thunder and lightning here. The idea that I'm coming to here is, some of you have this feeling that it's going to come back around. Whatever happened in the past, it's almost like you're looking over your shoulder, or like like there's this need to get settled here around a particular situation. Could this involve a person? It could, as it's, the Tower is with the King of Cups. But, something happened here that was a bit tragic, and, maybe this is showing up as like a burden that you're still carrying on, that you're still holding on to and carrying with you. With the High Priestess. If this is in connection to another person, with the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to reach back out in some way, or maybe they already have, and you're here and you're watching this video and you're like, what's going on? Because you're confused about this message that's coming in with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Some of you are a bit confused, or like in awe. What is the term? Like dumbstruck about some message that came in here with this Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles says that despite all of that, you have some really positive results here that are happening for you. Particularly, I think I would really encourage the people that are in strong resonance with this reading to, these results are really happening as you branch out and you take that first step with the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles. Like, I think that you will be quite successful in changing it up a little bit here, okay? Because there's like a dwelling on the past, or there's a hidden burden from the past here that's still very much like in focus for you here, Virgo. That's showing up. Let's see what else we have. The Ace of Swords, another ace. There it is. That is with the Two of Pentacles. Wow, Three of Wands clarifying the Three of Wands. And another ace. You have the Ace of Cups. So we had the Ace of Cups up here, and now we have the Ace of Swords. That's 3 aces. You got the hat trick. Okay. So let me start with the Three of Wands clarifying itself. To me, would just really confirm the idea that some of you need some adventure, or there needs to be, and I think even you know that. I think you even know that. And I think some of you just, there's some level of growth and expansion that wants to enter into your life, and that's absolutely available to you. And that's absolutely on the table here, for sure. And I think that the cards here are really encouraging you to see what's out there, to expand your horizons, to take a look, just to have a look and see what's out there, because it could ignite some significant expansion for you in your life. Maybe immersing yourself in a new culture, as the Three of Wands can even indicate, like going to foreign lands as well, or something like this, like doing something totally different. Ace of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. I want to say that any sort of change here that's showing up is actually quite good for you. Okay, this could be a breakthrough at this time with the Ace of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, and sometimes the wrong train leads you to the right station, Virgo. And any sort of change here, I think, is leading you to the right station, is what I feel like. Even if it feels like, I'm not really sure what's going on here, I do think that that's happening. Okay, I think that's here. With the Ace of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, I think there's a real opportunity to let go of, or move past from, or move on from whatever's sort of been keeping you like feeling like you don't have enough, or you're in this like down low state. There's a real opportunity here, and I think more importantly, this idea of expansion is critical for you. On the bottom, you have the Six of Pentacles. This can indicate generosity. This also can indicate inflow, outflow, as well, and like also balance, as you see the scale here, which we talked about. So I threw a lot out there to you, but let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper energies here and see what's in the Kipper cards for you here, Virgo. All right. You have bad health, pathway, expectation, house, gift, and thoughts. Okay. I think I'm going to be real. I think some of you need to get out of the house. Okay? Simple as that. Like I do. I think the universe wants to gift you with some excitement, some adventure, some expansion out of what you've been doing for some time. Okay? This may be a process that unfolds over the next like 3 to 6 months, as you have the pathway card. Yeah, and I think that maybe there's even like somebody's placing an expectation on you, and you can't allow yourself to be bogged down or burdened by somebody else's expectation, particularly if you're somebody who's really wanting to try and experience new things. You also here have the distant horizons on the bottom, which means that you have a really nice, potentially, period of time here available to you. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.